Welcome to Proverbs class. Today we're going to be discussing. Oh, that's quite a bright light, isn't it? Today we're going to be discussing various proverbs. We're going to look at the grammar of them, and we will also look at the meaning and discuss. We will debate the meaning and discuss whether we agree or disagree with the message behind the proverb. While I'm waiting for students, I'm going to fix the light. That should be a little bit better, less glare. Don't want anybody to go blind. Welcome to Proverbs class. Come on in. We will debate the meaning of some common English proverbs. Some of them are relatively, I would say, common sayings. Some of them are probably very old sayings. And as we discuss these proverbs, we will look at some. We will look at the grammar. Hopefully, it'll give you some practice with present perfect and also even third conditional. I've selected some proverbs for you. Hey, Victor.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome to class. You're the first one here.
Oh,
That's good. That's good.
it's a little bit strange because it's prime time, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh,
Depends on where you live, right?
I live in Ukraine near Russia, and
Ah.
we have same time.
Uh-huh.
And in this time, a lot of people came from job, I think, finished the job and came home.
What time is it in where you're at? What time is it where you're at?
It's 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people coming home, so we shall see. Let me
Yes.
open this here.
Usually in this time, it's a lot of people in class. Yes,
I think Victor, you've been in my class before, right?
yes, I was.
Okay, good. Um, were you here last time we discussed Proverbs?
Uh, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, it's been a few weeks since I've had a class on Proverbs, but anyway, we will discuss it. Hello again, Michael.
Hey there.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
And Carolina, good to see you too.
Hi.
And hello, Alex.
Hello,
How have you been?
I'm fine.
Good.
And you?
I'm doing well. Is this Alex from where? From Russia?
Ah, no, I'm from Spain.
Ah, okay, you're from Valencia.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
do you remember? How do you remember?
I try to remember who's who. I try.
Okay, you have a good memory.
Um,
Mhm.
okay, so tell me, what is a proverb? Anybody?
It's a sentence phrase that has a deep meaning.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Why do you think that almost every culture has proverbs? Or do you think that does your culture have proverbs?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
May- Maybe it's because it's an easy way to share wisdom generation by generation.
Yeah, I would agree. That's a good thought.
Mm.
I would agree. Usually proverbs are short, right? So they're easy to remember. Sometimes they even rhyme. Sometimes they don't. It's not necessary. Um, what kind of subjects are discussed in proverbs? Think about the proverbs that you know in your own culture. What kind of topics are usually discussed?
The way you should do things, like how better to do something, who is a good person,
Mm-hmm.
who is a bad person, things like that.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, very true. Very true. So here's what we're going to do. We're gonna discuss in today's class. We will discuss various English proverbs. Probably you possibly will think of similar proverbs in your own language. Please share them, and we will compare them. I'm going to actually open my screen up to a document, and I will add the proverbs in. We'll type them in, and we'll add the proverbs that you know that might be similar. Some of the proverbs I've chosen also because they contain interesting grammar. In some cases, conditional tenses and things like that. So. And then we will discuss the meaning of the proverb and whether we agree or disagree. Sometimes we may say, no, I don't agree with that proverb. I think differently. That's fine too. So let me get a document started here and we will screen share. Yeah, okay, let me make this a little bigger. So let's see, how will I do this? I need this one here. I need 3 monitors. No, just kidding. I have 1 monitor for my collection of proverbs, 1 for the document I'm going to share, and 1 to look at you guys. No, I only have 2 monitors. I wish I had 3. I need to make this one smaller. Let's do. Okay, here's a good proverb right here. I need to do a screen share, don't I? Here we go. Screen share. Is that big enough? Can you read it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll make it a little bit bigger. And we will do. Come on now. There. I'll make it black. It's easier to read black, I think. Okay, so this is a simple proverb. Let's start off with something easy. We'll work up to something a little harder. Carolina, would you like to read it and then tell me your thoughts on it?
Okay. The best things in life are free. There is some kind of proverb like this here.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I understand that we talk about the simplicity of the life.
Okay. Thank you. What about you guys? What do you think it means? Alex or Michael, what do you think this proverb is trying to tell us?
I think it means that things like mm, to be with someone who you love, or to enjoy to enjoy, for example, a landscape, it's free. It's there are so many things, so many beautiful things in life, and you don't need to pay for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why do you think that is, that some of the better things in life actually don't cost money? What does that tell us about
Hmm.
what's
Yes,
truly important?
for example, the best things in life could be to stay with your friends, with your family, and I don't know. It depends on the person. To read a book, for example.
Mm-hmm.
uh, hmm, I don't know. I think this proverb is related more with the people,
Uh-huh.
with the
O-
people.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. Let me give you a different proverb here and see what you think it means. I'll give you some proverbs that have some comparisons. Yeah. Let me know if it's not big enough. It's coming in as size 24. I guess that's probably big enough. I can even go one screen bigger. How's that? Yeah. Okay. Michael,
Yeah.
you want to read it and then tell me what you think it means?
Who loves last, loves longest. Why do you need he?
In general, in English, we usually have a subject to a sentence. So if we start a question, we start with who, when, where, what. In English, when you start with a W word, who, the English mind anticipates a question.
Oh, so you cannot start like a simple sentence, not a question, with who?
Not usually. It's
So,
better. Most proverbs always start with he who, or the one who.
okay, now it's clear. But
Yeah.
why not she? Who?
Just probably tradition.
It's that's sexist. Sounds
Yeah.
like
Most languages probably are, no?
should be they who loves.
But in English, they is plural.
Yeah, but like people, I know that they use in conversation and writing like they instead of he or she.
You could use the person, but it's more work. You could say the person who laughs longest. But yeah, traditional. I mean, in modern days, they're more concerned with being free of sex discrimination, so they try to take great pains to avoid he. But
Yeah.
in the old days, this is an old proverb. It's just written in general.
Okay, so the meaning is like that basically um, if you laugh last, your laugh will be the final laugh.
Okay.
No, but the idea that is like if you are patient and you are doing your job or you're believing in something and you win, like an argument or something.
Okay. All right. Um, when might we use? What do you think could be the circumstance for using um, this proverb?
Like when we have this proverb in our language, it's
Really?
in my language. Yes, it's the same. If I would translate, I think it's a kind of universal proverb or something. So It's not like English, maybe origin. And it's like when you laugh about something, but you shouldn't do that. That's like wrong to laugh about someone or about something. A person could say to you, like, he who laughs longest.
Okay. Sometimes in America anyway, or in English, we use this proverb when perhaps perhaps there's a competition or one person seems to be winning and maybe the other person is humiliated, but the person who is losing will say, well, just remember whoever laughs last is the one who laughs best.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, that's a solution to avoiding he. If you want to just
Whoever.
use who, you have to use whoever. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use whoever. There you go.
But yeah, can I say something?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes,
Please.
but imagine that you are in a competition and you make a mistake and your opponent makes fun of you, and you say to him this proverb, and then finally you are the last who laughs. But in the next match,
Uh-huh.
who will be the opponent
Mm-hmm.
could laugh again. It's a bit absurd because when you are going to laugh uh, the last, you are going to laugh the last when you die.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I'm explaining.
Yeah, I guess I understand.
Yeah, so you shouldn't say like this proverb because someone would laugh after you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over and over, and you should like
It's
be more
like
humble.
a vice circle.
Yeah, this is definitely a proverb where someone might say this if they're angry because they feel that they have been taken advantage of, and that's why
not
not all of these proverbs are necessarily good manners.
Yes.
For instance, I'll show you a similar proverb which you may or may not agree with. Let me put this one up here. Carolina, would you like to read it?
Okay. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is the meaning?
I know this proverb. There is a similar here too. I think there is that says that the revenge is something that you have to plan, not
Mm-hmm.
to wait.
Okay. All right. Is there a way you can turn your microphone up just a little bit, Carolina, or
Okay,
get closer?
it's
There you
better.
go. Yeah, that's better because we can barely hear you. Perfect.
Mhm.
Good. What do you guys think? Is this something that you agree with or disagree with? Do you think this is a good proverb to live by, or what do you think?
So what's the meaning?
Well, normally when you serve food, if you serve dinner, normally unless it's salad, how do you serve your food?
Warm.
Yeah. Normally, if you're serving food to a friend, unless it's a salad, like we said, or it's made to be cold, if you're serving most food, you give it to him nice and hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
If your friend came for dinner and you gave him cold meat, cold rice, what would he think?
He would not like that.
Yeah, he would think, wow, what's the matter with you? So that's kind of the background behind this proverb. That revenge is a dish that if you compare, if it's like a metaphor. If you're going to serve revenge, you do it in the worst way possible to the person.
Mm,
Well, I don't agree with that. You should be. You shouldn't think about revenge and things like that because there is no like point for that. You would not. Okay, you revenge on someone, and you are really not happier after that. You may feel that you are like maybe happier, but that doesn't change anything for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Does revenge actually bring benefits? What do you think? Do you actually benefit when you take revenge?
I don't think so.
Another way you can look at the cold part is they have an expression in English, cold-blooded.
Mm,
Have you heard this before?
No.
cold blood.
Cold-blooded means no emotion, to treat someone in a very evil way with no feelings. So if someone, like if someone just shoots an animal for no reason, just someone's dog and someone just shoots him, bam. No emotion, so he's cold-blooded. He has no feelings. So that's also a connection here that if you're going to take revenge, you have to be cold. You cannot have feelings.
Mm,
That's another interpretation of this proverb.
mm,
Yeah, again, there are some proverbs that we do not agree with. We might say, no, I don't agree with this, but it's a common saying.
mm. There is a story that express well the damage of the revenge. It's the Monte Cristo.
Ah, yes, yes.
How do you say conde?
The Count.
The Count of
Yes,
Monte Cristo.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah, they.
he wants to revenge,
Uh-huh.
and he while every time he's thinking about his revenge and doing everything to revenge, he's wasting his time. He could do a lot of things. He could live his life, but he prefers to waste his time thinking about the revenge, and he finds a treasure, and he uses this treasure to revenge instead of living, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah. Although it's interesting, they made a whole movie out of it, and then at the very end of the movie, he says, "Yeah, I shouldn't have done all that."
Yes,
Very
it's a
good.
waste of time.
Can you please pin your video? How do I pin my video?
Sorry?
Someone who's watching this class but is not in the class is asking if I can pin my video. Let's see if I can do that.
Hmm.
Pin my video. I don't know how to do that.
What he means is that you should press on your. So where you see squares of students and you should press on your square where is written you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Where is
good.
written you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good suggestion. There you go. Yeah, because every time you talk, it takes it away, doesn't it? Okay, good. Excellent. What was I going to say? Here is also, I just Googled this to get more explanation on this proverb because Carolina said something that I had not thought about. Besides the cold nature of this proverb, there's also the part about planning. And it's true, according to another website, that's another, apparently the Italians have the same expression. And this is what they say about it. The best payback comes from planning. Anyway, it's just shows you people have different points of view.
Mm. I think this proverb comes from the hate.
Yes. Yes, I would agree.
Hate. It's not a good one.
Yeah, it's not a good emotion.
Yeah,
No.
there are like other proverbs that says that you shouldn't hate, you should forgive, something like that. Forgiveness is the best revenge in the world. Here's my proverb.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's try this proverb. See what you think of this one. Change topics just a little bit. Alex,
What cares?
let's read it and then I'll explain any words that we're not sure about. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. If you chase after two hares, you will catch neither.
Hare is a wild rabbit.
Okay.
Because in America anyway, or in England, a lot of times we have domesticated rabbits. So the ones that are wild, a lot of times they call them hares, but it's the same word. You can also say rabbit. It's the same meaning for most people. So, what do you think, Alex? What's the message here?
Mm-hmm. Yes. In this case, you have to decide between the one of the two wild rabbits. This proverb, this proverb says to you that you need to be I don't know the word. When you are when you want more than you need, when
Mm-hmm.
you want a lot of things. I don't know the adjective.
Greedy?
Greedy. Yeah. You. This Proverbs is saying that we should not be greedy in life.
Okay, good.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you guys think this proverb also could be? Have you heard the word decisive?
Hmm?
Do you know the word decisive?
Yep.
No.
What does who said yep?
Yeah, Michael.
Michael? Okay. What comes to your mind when you hear the word decisive?
That you take decisions quickly and you don't spend lots of time for that for thinking about a decision.
Okay. Do you think this proverb maybe could be also making reference to being decisive?
Yeah, could be because for me sometimes it's very difficult to pick an option. For example, I have lots of options and I start thinking about all of them and like I start to consider all of them. It's kind of difficult to pick just one, and if they like kind of the same options, like in some way, it's very difficult to pick up one that has more like is more is better for me or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So it could be telling us that we need to make a decision instead of changing our mind and trying to chase both, right?
Mhm.
Pursue too many things at once. Okay. Let's try another one here, a little bit more. Hmm. See, maybe maybe you have this in your culture as well. Alex?
If you throw enough mud, some of it will stick. Throw enough mud?
Is this new for you?
Yes, I haven't
Okay.
heard it.
Okay. Imagine throwing mud on a wall of a house. On the outside, people are throwing mud on the wall. If you Most of it's going to bounce off, but some of it will stick, right? So now we have to think about what could this actually be applied to.
Okay.
Is mud usually a good thing or a bad thing? Do you want mud on your clothes? Do you want mud on yourself?
It's a bad thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'll give you a clue. Think of this proverb in terms of someone's reputation.
Uh-huh. Okay, I get it. Okay, if you do bad things and if you do a lot of bad things and one day you decide, oh my God, I'm a bad person, I want to change. Some of it's not easy to make this change because some consequence of your past life could appear in your new life. No?
Yeah, that's possible.
Hmm.
That's possible. That's a different. Growing up, I have heard this proverb a little differently because where I come from, they use it to if they use it when you're talking about someone else. Um, Imagine people are gossiping. Gossip is very contagious, of course.
Hmm.
Imagine if people are gossiping about someone else and they begin to spread lies about the person. If
Hmm.
they say enough lies about that person, eventually what will happen to the person's reputation?
Okay.
Maybe think about it in school or in college or somewhere else. People can spread rumors.
Mm. Okay, okay. I get it.
If enough people say enough bad things, some of that may stick even though it's not true.
Mm.
So this is often used as a warning not to spread rumors, not to gossip.
Yes.
That's the
Hmm.
that's how we use it here anyway. Do you have any sort of similar sayings where you come from?
Mm. Maybe, but I don't find one now.
Okay. All
No,
right.
we don't have.
Mm.
Okay. How about let's change into a different tense here. Let's do present perfect and past perfect. Ah, this is an interesting one. I like these really short ones. That's what you think this is about. Yeah. Carolina, you want to read that for me?
Well begun is half done. Mm, I think it's about when you do the right thing, you are on the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. Any other comments, guys?
Yes, if you this proverb says that if you that the it says that the beginning of some project that you have it's very important. The beginning, the intentions for no
Uh-huh.
the intentions are very important.
Yeah, your attitude.
Uh-huh. Because if you start, for instance, if you have a lot to do in a day and you have a very busy day planned and you have some important projects and you oversleep and you waste time and you get off to a bad start, then what
Mhm.
happens?
Yes. Yeah, you are stressed and a lot of things. You are more stressed. You are more nervous. No.
Mm-hmm. True. Whereas if you start correctly and you begin early and you do things correctly, you're halfway done.
Mhm.
Not necessarily. Could something happen? And you'll be what's that, like, not ahead but different?
Yeah,
What's the
you could
opposite of ahead?
behind.
Yeah, you'd be behind of others.
I don't understand why.
So something could happen, like you are doing
Okay.
all great, you're doing all with enthusiasm, but the circumstances happen, and you cannot change something, and just because you were doing so great, you went in a difficult situation.
Okay. So anything can happen, of course. Yeah. There's no guarantees. What do they say? There are no guarantees in life.
Yeah.
That's another proverb, I guess. But what do you think is the idea behind this proverb here? What are they encouraging people to do?
To be positive.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything
Well,
else?
it depends. When I read this proverb, I think about when you want to start a project, you you need to be sure that your intentions are good. If your intentions are good, you have a lot way done.
Okay.
But it's not the only interpretation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. Um, all right, let's try another proverb here. Yeah, this one's very similar. I have one that's similar to this proverb over here. Hold on, the bird has one too in the bush. Well, we'll try a different one then. Let me go here. This one. Oops, clicking on the wrong place. Clicking on my screen instead of over here. Carolina, you want to read it again?
Okay. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Um, uh, this is more clear. I think uh, that says that you have to leave the love. You have to love. You have to seize the love. Then you never had the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyone else have some comments? What do you think this is about? What is it telling us?
That it's better to feel because you learn when you feel uh, whether it is bad or is good, but you learn. If you don't feel anything, uh, you don't learn at all.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. But what do you think sometimes is the reaction when someone first goes through a difficult breakup from a relationship?
Could be.
What do you think might be their natural reaction?
The natural reaction is being sad.
Mm-hmm.
But
And when it comes to getting into a relationship again, what do some people do because they have been hurt?
There is another like proverb, like or idiom, like so something like with you on a hot milk or something. Do you know this? Jeremy?
No, I don't.
No, you should know. So there's like you blow on a hot milk.
Huh, I know a different
Okay.
proverb. I know this one. So,
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, overspilled.
milk.
Ah,
have you heard that one?
Yeah. If something happens, don't complain about that. Get over it.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty
done.
simple. But this one here I think is interesting because many people, when they go through a difficult relationship, maybe for a while they say, I'm not going to get close to anyone now. Some people
Oh,
say that.
you don't
I've been,
trust.
I've been hurt. I don't trust. I'm going to be very careful. I'm not going to open up again. So this proverb might be the response. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Um, I think there's another proverb that's similar but a little different. I have it written down here. Um, what do you think, Alex?
Once bitten, twice shy. Once bitten, twice shy. Twice shy.
This is a little more difficult because they have removed all of the language except for just the adjective and the verb form, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you could add in the part that's missing. You could say, he who is bitten once is shy the second time. Still doesn't explain the meaning, but it gives you a little bit more information.
Yes. Maybe it says that uh, when you get you get um, when you get hurt
Mm-hmm.
because of someone you love or you trusted, you become after this event you may become mistrustful.
Mm-hmm.
You close your heart. You
Yeah.
don't want to feel.
Yes. Very good.
Mm,
More cautious, right?
yes, more cautious.
Maybe overly cautious even, we can say.
Hmm. After a long period, that you open again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always think of this proverb. That's the meaning of the proverb. Very good, Alex. I always think of this proverb when I'm explaining it. I think of it literally. If you saw a dog and the dog was maybe think of a little boy. The dog is just sitting there doing nothing, and so the boy goes to pet the dog, and the dog bites him.
Mm,
Well, the next time he sees the dog, he's not going to go up to the dog and try to pet it. He's going to be
yes.
very shy.
Mm,
So
yeah.
that's kind of just a easy way to explain the proverb.
Mm.
All right. Do you have any proverbs in your language about relationships that you think are interesting? There's a lot of proverbs about relationships, right? Love, friendships.
Mhm. Yes, here we say a lot one proverb that says, "Tell me, tell me with who you go, and
Who's your
I will."
friend?
Yeah, tell me who's your friend, or tell me with who you go, and I will tell you who
Who you
you
are?
are,
Who are
Yeah,
you?
Yeah.
more or less.
yeah. Do you have that in Russian as well?
Yeah, that's universal, I think.
Yeah, excellent. We don't have that exact proverb in English, but we have a similar proverb. But I like the Spanish version of that proverb. I
Hmm.
like it a lot. Um, yeah, it's perfect. Actually, there's a lot of proverbs about friendships and association. Since you mentioned it, um, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right.
What do you think about this one?
Mm, yeah, thoughts, well, thoughts. Okay. If yes, this means that if you go with people who have bad habits, you are likely to uh, to get some of these bad habits or bad thinking. It's like a virus.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Mm,
It's interesting. I had another student. She's from Japan, and she says they have a different proverb, but it has the same meaning. Um, but
mm,
I don't think I would have figured it out until she told me it's the same idea. She says in Japan they say, if you are with red, oops, you will become red.
yeah.
So, similar idea, I guess. There's a lot
Mm,
of proverbs about that.
mm,
Okay, so let me introduce. There's something called an anti-proverb. You heard of anti-proverbs? Here, I'll capitalize it.
No.
Anti-proverbs are, I would say, they are humorous. Is that how you spell humorous? Humorous. Humorous responses to real proverbs. Usually they're contradictory, and they're just more or less jokes. So, for instance, um, sometimes they may not be always responses to proverbs or to real proverbs or ideas. So, for instance, what do most people say about being open-minded or closed-minded? What does that mean to be open-minded or closed-minded?
Open-minded to accept new ideas, but closed-minded it's opposite. Conversely, like you have your own beliefs, your own ideas, and you don't
Huh?
don't accept new ideas.
Yeah, good. So here's an anti-proverb that somebody made up.
So what does that mean? Brain will fall out. Fall out. I mean, I understand basically, but why would fall out?
It's a play on words, right? So we take this concept here. This is a serious concept of being open-minded. But think about, in other words, they're making a play on words, or it's a just a joke. Pretend that your head is open.
mm,
So when you lean over, what happens? Your brain falls out. So it's a joke.
mm.
It's someone being silly.
Okay.
Okay.
But there maybe is also a point of them saying this. They're saying if you are so open-minded that you accept all ideas and you have no opinions at all,
Mm. It's not
is
good.
that necessarily a good thing?
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think sometimes in these anti-proverbs there also is a little bit of seriousness. They play, but there's also a message.
Hmm. Yes.
Many proverbs use play on words, or many anti-proverbs use play on words to make their point. I'll give you, like, I should put this up here because uh, Sometimes they use play on words. You know the expression to play on words in English?
Yeah, words with double meaning.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like this, right? Okay,
Mhm.
so I'll give you another example. First, I'll give you the serious proverb. The serious proverb says, um, better late. Right?
Yeah.
When might you hear this? When might someone say this? Better late than never.
When you are trying to do something late,
Mm-hmm.
like not how do you say, like not in a time manner or what?
Not on time, or you're late with a project or something?
I mean, not in a timely manner. Have you ever heard of this
Ah,
expression?
yeah, timely manner. Yeah.
Yeah, not in a, when you're late. Like it's better to do than that rather than to do not do. So you should do that either if you're late.
Okay. So you have two options when you're late. You can quit, or you can at least finish and be late, right? Which one is better? That's
Yeah.
kind of the. However, the response to this, the anti-proverb, is sometimes people when someone walks into a meeting late and they say, "Hey, you're late again." He says, "Well, better late than never," right? And someone else will say,
That's good.
so just by changing the word order, you have a new meaning, right?
Mm.
Plain words.
Yeah. So that's the idea.
Mhm.
Anyways, from time to time you'll hear a little funny anti-proverb like that where someone will change it around. Now, let me go back to the past perfect and see what you think of this proverb here. This is one we're using the past perfect. Back up here, put it here. Probably should have a comma there. Carolina, would you like to read it?
Yeah. If God had meant us to fly, he'd have given us wings.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I think it's about um, something that is not possible to do, and you have to accept
Okay.
some kind of advice.
Mm-hmm. When do you think someone might use this proverb?
For me?
Anybody.
No,
Anybody. When do you think they might say this?
very funny.
Or let me ask you another question. Do you agree with this proverb?
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Uh, yes, humans. Maybe this proverb means that humans have to accept their limitations because we are not gods. We are humans.
Hmm.
For
Interesting.
example, in the field of the um, genetic, what do you say, modification? Uh,
Uh-huh.
yes, the scientists play to be God, and no, maybe we could use this proverb in this case.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Yeah. Thank you.
Hmm.
Do you think there are some people who might disagree with this
Yes.
in certain circumstances?
Hmm. Yes. Maybe, I don't know, maybe people who believes blindly in the technology and the progress of humankind, but
Mm,
technologically speaking, not morally or intellectually.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I used this proverb a long time ago with a student, and he said that he didn't agree that if you think that you have limitations, then if you ignore them, you can overcome them. But it's interesting to cause the debate.
Did
Yes.
he overcome his limitations, that student, or does his uh, or didn't he do that?
I mean,
I
I
mean,
guess
on the
obviously
practice.
we've all overcome some limitations, but I guess there are probably some things that we cannot overcome. So maybe there's a balance.
No, but when you are speaking, like you speak from, I mean, I speak from my experience, and that student that said that it's possible to overcome the limitations, he should have had some experience in that. But if he didn't have any experience, that means he's speaking just speaking.
Ah, okay, okay,
We have a proverb. It's easier said than done, or
yes,
something like that. Easier said than done, or we all reach for words, but for actions we are poor. That's my
yeah,
proverb.
okay, yeah. We have a proverb that's very similar. This.
Like they speak much, lots of words.
I don't know. It's something like that. I haven't heard I haven't heard it in a while. I like the one you said too. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting proverbs. And there's a lot of proverbs about foolish people and wise people, right?
Mhm.
This is one of my favorite ones.
Well, I don't agree with that.
No?
No, because I think um, so. Basically, you should ask questions. If you don't know something, you should ask. You are fool if you don't ask questions. If you are staying like, for example, here, and you don't know the word or you don't know the meaning, but you're staying and you don't ask anything, that means you will not know that and tomorrow and next day. But if you ask, you know. So basically, I like people who ask questions.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I think we should ask questions. Maybe it depends on the type of question someone asks. Maybe that's the point of this.
And actually, there's like a TED talk about. Have you seen that TED talk or no? About asking questions. That is very important to ask questions. And there's a guy from the US. He created a website for asking questions, and everyone could ask weird questions, something like that. So basically, he was saying that. If you don't ask questions, you're kind of stupid. But if you ask and many questions and very complicated, that's an art of asking questions, and you will become smarter and smarter. That's a TED talk I watched.
That
So
sounds interesting. Yeah, I like the TED Talks. I think I would preface it with sincere questions, because there are some people who ask questions just to be, mm,
to appear
just
smart.
well, and also just to cause problems, to be difficult. And then of course, there's people who want to learn. So it depends on your motive.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah, if you don't ask questions, you don't learn. That's very true. There's
Yeah.
often many sides to look at something, huh?
Hmm.
I would say foolish people. The fool cannot answer questions. that a person can ask. They always like they become they become nervous when someone asks questions. Full people. I mean, they cannot answer, and they become nervous, and they ask, "Why you ask this question? You shouldn't ask so many questions." I've experienced that. I've asked like some questions in some stores. What's the difference between this brand and this brand? Why like this brand is better? Why it costs more? And some salesperson they could answer in some way. They said this because of that, or I don't know. But some of them, why are you asking so? You want to buy just a pair of shoes? Why are you asking so many questions? So I consider them fool, kind of. They cannot answer.
Yeah, it's their job to know. You have a right to ask. Yeah, I
Yeah, and
agree.
I didn't ask something weird. I asked like, what's the difference between this brand of shoes and that brand? Because the price is like bigger.
Yeah, good. Okay, guys. Well, hey, we're out of time. I appreciate hearing your opinions. Thanks for contributing to our discussion.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.